Hello everyone, I'm John, this is Sean,
Alright.
and this is Everyday Food Reviews, and today we've got a Tyson Fury energy drink.
Yeah, so these are available in Iceland. I'm not sure if it's exclusive. It's the only place I've heard of them being. I don't know if they were even made in collaboration with Iceland, but it says the drink's called Furocity. There's 4 different flavours, and it says on here Furocity Limited, D-side.
North Wales.
So fairly local.
How many years from Manchester
Oh, is he?
area? Yeah.
Okay. Unlike my opponents, Furocity packs a real punch. It's about hitting your day harder and making the moment count. It's a feeling you can't bottle, so I put it in a can. If that's not cringe, I don't know what is.
He's got away with words. He's a modern millennium Wordsworth. Is Tyson Fury.
I'll take your word for that. So,
He needs to see some of his press conferences.
being such a wordsmith, he has come up with some
Great names.
some boxing themed flavours. We've got sour apple punch.
Got original.
Oh, you ruined it.
What? I never ruined it.
You did.
So you was going to end with original.
Yeah, because we've got sour apple punch, sour cherry knockout, black and blue raspberry, which are all quite clever boxing related flavour names, and original. See, that's meant to be a punchline because that's not boxing themed. It's just they've just called it original.
I know, but I liked throwing it in second.
Should we start with the original one?
Yeah, why not?
I think we're going to like these sour flavours.
Love him or hate him, he's an incredible boxer. Linear champion.
Is he?
Undefeated.
He's meant to be a gypsy, isn't he? That's what he says.
His nickname's Gypsy King.
So the question in my mind is who would win in a fight between him and Brad Pitt from Snatch?
Oh, probably Tyson. He outweighs him and out heights him tenfold.
But Snatch is a very good film.
It is.
So that it's got that going for it. Who's got more money, do you think?
Brad Pitt or Tyson Fury? That's a good question.
Brad Pitt hasn't felt it necessary to release an energy drink. That's all I'm saying.
No, but he's a sports star. Sports stars usually put their faces to drinks, get drinks endorsements. You look at Pepsi and all the footballers they've had over the years. Lucozade took Anthony Joshua.
Oh yeah.
And endorsed by him. Obviously Tyson Fury's decided to make his own, and it looks like he's set up his own company called Furocity.
Yeah. So this one not got high hopes at all. It's just cheers, an original energy drink flavour. So these are £1.50 each in Iceland, or 2 for £2.50. So it's either if you buy 2, it's a little bit cheaper than Monster. If you buy just 1, it's a little bit more expensive.
If you buy all 4,
well, it's a £5.
Okay.
So it's 2 for £2.50.
Oh, it's 2 for £2.50. I thought it was 4 for £5 was the deal because that's all anyone said.
No, 2 for £2.50.
Right.
So.
Okay. It's not terrible. It's pretty standard, but it's one of those.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're going to pay £1.25 or £1.50 for this, to be honest.
It's a pretty bang average Red Bull clone. We come across it all the time.
Yeah.
No slight on the actual drink itself.
It's fine, and if he's got a range of flavours, it makes sense to do an original one because some people will like him but not like flavoured energy drinks. There is nothing special about it though, in all honesty.
How much caffeine?
That's what I'm trying to find out. It's got 4.3 grams of sugar per 100 ml, which again is fairly standard. Caffeine 0.03%.
31.5 per 100 ml.
Okay, so
thorough.
Yeah, That's very
Specific.
yeah.
You trying to work it out?
No, my mind's just gone completely blank. It's a fractional amount less than Monster. The standard is 32 milligrams per
So it's
ml.
136.
Be 157.5
Sorry,
milligrams in a can.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. So I said pretty bang average in terms of original, but most originals are that aren't Monster or Red Bull.
Yeah.
Even the Rockstar one, I don't think is that particularly special, is it?
No. I think I'm finding the flavour a bit thin, to be honest.
Probably because due to the half sugar.
Yeah. What that does make me think is that maybe these will be quite light, refreshing drinks for sour flavours. Should we try the blue raspberry one next? The question is, will it be blue?
Oh.
It is blue. That's very blue, considering it's black and blue raspberry. It's very blue. I thought they might go for a darker blue. But then again, the can isn't a darker blue.
No.
It's a very similar shade of blue to the can. We didn't get a thumbnail, did we?
Oh, no.
Bad.
We can have these open ones at the front.
Okay, and bolt these up.
Too.
Furocity. Sound. Oh, excuse me. Ooh.
Do you like the smell of that?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. It is sour.
It is sour. This one isn't the one that says sour on it. Apart from how sour it is a very light flavour. It's more like a flavoured water. Which is, part of me feels like that's a little bit disappointing. But then part of me feels like if they just made it like a... Again, it's like the aggression on the names of them. I'm just expecting the flavours to pack a bit more of a punch.
No pun intended.
But it doesn't. Which is fine. It's not in line with my expectations, but it's fine because I've got so many other blue raspberry drinks I can have that do pack a punch if that's what I'm looking for. So...
I think if anything, the one we're most keen on being good, especially good, is the cherry one. Because there's not that many cherry energy drinks out there that are that good.
Yeah, the one we're most excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke a lot about...
Should we go into the apple one
Yeah.
next? Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot about there's not many cherry energy drinks out there. You know, everyone does a range of blue raspberry, original, sour, apple ones.
We've got cherry Lucozade, and we've got cherry Relentless, and we've got cherry LSV.
We have got black, Monster Ultra Black.
No, we don't have cherry LSV anymore. We've got the best one cherry, and we've got the Morrison's cherry.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of bigger cans especially.
Monster Ultra Black is Monster Ultra Black and Relentless. That's really it.
Yeah.
And the Ultra Black isn't even that strong tasting.
No, it's good. I think it's
Yeah.
good. But...
So, yeah, it smells like sour apple. The blue raspberry one smelled of more than it tasted of.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting this to be the same. Cheers. Smell, it's a very similar kind of sour apple to the Rain.
Ooh. Now that is a bit more upfront. Maybe it's just the sourness getting me, but I feel that is a bit more upfront.
I don't think there's much in it.
It's completely just took over what I was tasting on the blue raspberry though.
Okay. I'm reluctant to call them bland, but they are very light, which again is fine. It does taste just like drinking flavoured water, but with a sour edge.
They're not heavily carbonated either.
No. Like I say, it's just not what I was expecting with the names like that. I thought they'd be like really strong flavours.
Mm.
The cherry one. This is like you say, the most compelling option.
Yeah, but not a terrible showing.
No, I've enjoyed.
Like I say, if these are good for people who don't want obviously a lot of sugar and a real in your face, taste. Massive.
Oh, that smells so
That
good.
smells so good. The scent of all of them have been brilliant. But then they come across as, like you say, slightly a bit thin.
Cheers. Yes, this smells like, artificial cherry flavours. Cherry sweets, cherry drops, cherry relentless. It smells like, cherry flavours.
That's definitely the best flavour out of a lot of them.
Yeah, it is sour. It's more sour than cherry relentless. It's got about the same amount of sugar as cherry relentless.
I mean, it says it's sour cherry.
Yeah, but it feels like there's, like when you first taste it, it's sour and it tastes of cherry, and then by the time you swallowed it, it's like it doesn't taste of anything anymore. Like the flavour just dissipates so quickly.
I think it's because it is quite sour. It's like because the sourness kind of takes over the rest of the flavour after you've had the first taste.
Well, no, because like G Fuel sour cherry was sour, and it wasn't like that. The flavour still.
No, I'm just meant in this respect.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of get used to the sourness quite quickly.
I think the flavour just doesn't have any body to it. It's a nice flavour, but it is very, very light. Personally, I'm not a fan of that. I do enjoy all of these drinks, but there's other things I'd rather drink, especially at the price point. If it was 2 for $1.50, it'd be a different story. But if you find a lot of energy drinks, like Monster especially, just too heavy, too syrupy, you'll probably enjoy this. It is very light.
Yeah, definitely. Especially people who want a bit of sugar, but don't want to feel like you're almost chewing on your energy drink because it's so thick.
Yeah.
Would have been nice if they would done a bit of a sugar-free one as well, even if it was just an original.
I'll be honest, with him being an athlete, I assumed they would all be sugar-free.
Yeah.
But then it's not like... Is he a particularly lean man?
He's 6'8".
So he's a big lad.
He's very big. He's very tall. He actually lost, I think it was something daft, like nearly 10 stone on keto, because he was nearly like 20 odd stone. And I think he's dropped to about, I think it was 18, 19 his last weight, and I can't remember. I didn't really follow it that much. It was his last fight against Deontay Wilder, which he won. Like I say, he's the linear champion. He's never been defeated.
What does linear champion mean?
So he had he pretty much had nearly every belt. I think it was like but one that Joshua had, and then he lost the belts not through a fight but through some health and mental health struggles, which he's very open about.
So he just like gave them up because
he had to give them up, because the boxing boards give you mandatory challenges.
Yeah.
When people have fought and proved themselves worthy of a title shot. Yeah, pretty much so. So he had to give them up because he wasn't allowed in the ring. And then obviously he's come back and carried on his legacy, as he says, and he's just beating everybody to try and get all the belts.
So what does linear champion mean? Sorry.
It means because he's linear champion, because if he hadn't have had his health struggles, he would have still been champion. He would have still been technically undefeated.
So he's linear champion because he
had to give up the belts in between.
So he's not been defeated, is what that means.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I've heard a little bit about him. He sounds like a funny guy.
Yeah, I think you'd find him very funny.
Yeah. I've just got very little interest in most sports, as may be evident.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
It's not a bad first showing. Especially if it's been developed completely from scratch, which it seems to come across that way. There's no other names on there in terms of like who's made it or helped make it or anything like that.
I'd be interested to like see a press release about it and see if he advertises it as something very light, because I mean the thing is, he says on the can, unlike my opponents, Furocity packs a real punch. So you read that, and I called it cringe, but I mean, if you don't think it's cringe, you're going to be reading that, getting hyped up for the most intense sour energy drink you've had, most intense cherry energy drink you've had, and then you taste it, and it's like, there's just something missing. Yeah, it smells, if it tasted how it smelled, these would be incredible, apart from the original one. But I just think the flavour's lacking a bit of depth. Like, the flavour itself is nice, there just needs to be more of it. The colours are fun as well.
No, I think the can design's good.
Cans are fun.
Cans design good. I like the name. I like pretty much everything about it.
Yeah.
Like you say, for me, it's probably a bit on the thin side. The fact that it contains sugar. I probably had sugar-free energy drinks that probably taste a bit better and taste sweeter than some of these. But
if it was sugar-free and not carbonated, this would be sound. If it was just like a sugar-free flavoured water with these exact flavours, with the exact amount of flavour, apart from the original one, these would be sound.
Yeah, because if you were marketed as sugar-free, say they were sugar-free and they were marketed as sugar-free, then you could get on board with how thin they taste.
Yeah, and if they weren't carbonated?
I think they're very lightly carbonated anyway, so I think
that's what I mean, like, just because they're not like full-on fizzy and full-on flavour, just cut the carbonation out completely.
Well, you could say the same sometimes about some of the monsters, though. Some of the ultras. Some of them might taste better.
You could do, but they're not trying to do anything different.
No, but I think
they make fizzy energy drinks. If he's come on and said, "Oh, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to make it like less carbonated and less flavoured," like just make it not carbonated. If that had said, who else is doing that? Yeah. Rockstar made energy water, and even that was carbonated.
Well, Monster have got the
Rehab iced teas.
No, the other one that's not carbonated. The one, the 200mg bottles. The ones we sent back that time.
Yes.
Hydrosport.
But they are full of electrolytes and they taste like salt.
I think this isn't. I mean, I think what we can both agree. While we've got maybe slightly different ideas of whether or not it should be carbonated or not, I think we're both in agreement that if this said something like, "Unlike my opponents, Furocity packs a real punch and is still sugar-free," then you'd be like, "Wow."
That would, I think, that would sit better. But even then, like, compare any of these flavours to a Monster Ultra.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm comparing them to Monster Ultra, and that's why I'm thinking, like, it's not a bad first effort. Because, like I said, it looks like they've built it from scratch.
Yeah.
So it can only get better. I bet that one of the first Monsters wasn't that great.
I bet it had more flavour than this.
Yeah, it probably did, because it's probably full of sugar at different times. They're probably nearly 500 calories.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I really like everything about the cans. It's a strong first showing. Let's hope there's a bit of longevity in it, and it's not just a fleeting business opportunity.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. But no, give them a go. Especially if you don't like, the overly syrupy, overly sugared energy drinks. We class them as a half sugar, don't we?
Half sugar,
pretty much. I think it's normal Monster's about 11 grams of sugar, and these about 4.5 to 5. So yeah, you call them half sugars. Price wise, it's a bit on the nose at $125 if you're buying two.
It's a little bit high. Like, it's more than.
I mean, it's still cheaper than some of the Monster Ultras. So in terms of sugar tax and stuff like that, it's actually not that bad a value. But then if you're paying $150 for it, it's a bit. Yeah, that's definitely a bit on the nose.
Also, there's the fact that
you've got to go to Iceland for it.
You've got to go to Iceland for it, and I don't think Iceland even keep them in the fridges. So it's like you're paying £1.50 for a can that you have to take home and put in the fridge.
See, now that would be if they did have a fridge at Iceland, I'd probably be more likely to pick them up then.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, oh, I'll give this another go. You know, I'll pick up a cherry one. You know, I do like a taste of cherry, and if black's not readily available all the time sometimes, so you just go, oh, Iceland has got sour cherry knockout. It's not the best cherry flavour, but I pick it up and smash it.
Yeah.
But then if it's not refrigerated,
for the price, I'll probably pick up 4 cans of just the cherry one when I'm next in Iceland. But
yeah, if
I'm
you
not
know,
gonna go out my way for it.
Yeah, if you're next to it and you think, oh, I've got no energy drinks at home, I'm going to need to pick some up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fair play. So,
yeah.
I think on that note, it's time to end. Thank you very much for joining us. Let us know in the comments if you've tried these, what you think of them. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't know why I said cheers.